had this issue in fucking years, months.
Okay, your ping is still jumping up every once in a while, but it looks like it may
It's
be trying
red
to
right
settle
now.
down.
It's red.
Yeah, we're getting red and orange, but I'm getting that with Ronnie too, so. Okay, I think we're back.
But it's
Okay.
also alt tabbing out of it, and
Work
that's
with it.
probably causing a lot of lag on it.
Okay, let us continue. Sorry about that. Where did we leave? Oh, you had just put the head. He had just waved the head away with Butler. And you were explaining that it was an ogre. The ogre was doing dark magics. He was like, ogres don't do dark magic. That's bullshit. And continue.
All right. Well, before I tell you more about this, you've got the ogre's ear. Why don't you go ahead and pour me another glass of that wine?
Okay. He will pour you another glass.
Right. I chug it down, cringing as I do.
Of course.
Yeah. Slam the glass down. My comrades and I have been through quite the hurdle here with this. It was a lot worse than we thought it was going to be. Now, we did kill your ogre. We did stop this issue with you. But, I have to say, this is a lot more than I expected, sir.
How so?
There was a lot of, foul play involved. A lot of, magical issues happening. And I fear that there's more what we assumed there was to begin with. Your son's head being used in some sort of dark ritual.
That befuddles me, truthfully. I know he was a waste of human flesh, but there was no need to use his head in some sort of dark magics. Have you cleansed the area?
The area has been diffused, sir. There's no need to worry about that. But, my friends and I, we will need a place, not like the stables. We will need a place to stay for the night to recuperate from what we've seen, what we've been through.
Of course, of course. Quarters can be provided.
For me and my friends.
Of course.
Sir. Well, let's go ahead and cheers on a bounty claimed.
Yes. Yes, of course. And here is your silver. And he will throw a purse onto the table.
And I was kind of hoping we could just cheers on another drink, because my character is really fucking like messed up right now.
Oh, totally understand. Yeah, we can. Let's throw another back, shall we? He will gladly sit with you and drink and discuss. He will talk to you more about your history, about your family. He will want to know as much as he can about the avians.
Yes, well,
Just to because you're an oddity to him, and he wants to know as much as he can about you.
yes, sir. Well, the avians, we are a very kept species, of course. We believe in more of the earth, a magical entity, something that we use for a more what's it with the avians? It was like they didn't believe in gods, but
They prayed more to nature.
Yes, we are more of a force of nature. We believe that the earth here is to provide for us as we are to provide for it. Um, we we are very studied people. We read a lot of books. We are very self-kept, as I've said. Um, and until then, until I joined the Emerald Wyverns, I had not seen many other species myself. But so enough about me. Reginald, why don't you tell me a little bit about your life?
Oh dear, what would you like to know? My father um, grew up on his grandfather's orchard, turned it into after the cataclysm, of course, turned it into an amazing um, estate where he fed the poor and hungry. Uh, the countries of the world called on many of our apples and pears and fruits to supply not just their armies, but their peoples as well. And my father made quite a pretty penny on that. And I have continued in that tradition to this very day. And I must say, it has made me rather wealthy.
Yes, sir. Well, I see that you're more in depth than I would have expected. It seems that you are very your family has provided for the poor throughout your generations. That's a very admirable thing, an admirable
Oh,
quality.
oh, I don't. The poor can do whatever they want with their whatever, but there are contracts involved that I must fulfill, and that's basically all I am required to do. Beyond that, it's all gravy.
So
Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said gravy. That was a little thuggish.
you're more of a kind of an importer exporter, and that's where you get your dime, your coin.
Yes, yes, mostly.
Indeed. And are there any other ventures that you spend your wealth in, that you invest in, uh, that might be intriguing, or I
Are
myself
you
might be getting
looking?
into?
Are you looking for a patron?
What do you mean by that?
Someone who would fund like dungeon delves or things along those lines.
Well, as an adventurer, sir, I am quite intrigued by somebody that could invest in the type of ventures that we do seek to. Would that be something you're intrigued by?
Hmm. Let me think on this. This is interesting to me. I haven't thought of having adventurers on retainer before.
And I'm trying to get him a little more drunk so that he'll open up more to me and stuff. So why don't we have another drink while you're thinking?
I will tell you this: his liver is stout. Um, he has won drinking contests, and based on how he's throwing it back, y- you being an avian know that you cannot hold your liquor.
Well, I'm gonna try to more sip on my stuff as he's drinking, if that would if he's not noticing that, of course.
Ah, he would attempt to get you to drink as much as he can with you. Give me a. I'm gonna give him a notice roll to see if he can tell what you're trying to do. Okay. Hmm. He has an inkling of you're trying to do something, but he doesn't know what. So he'll just play along for now. As far as opening up, he won't do a whole lot more. He'll tell you a bit of his history. His history is pretty much an open book. Um, he's lived in the lap of luxury his whole life, and he does not intend to lose it in any fashion. Um, attaching his name to a group of adventurers might be a dangerous prospect because one man's adventurer is another man's grave robber. Um, so he may avoid that, just to avoid the controversy.
Well,
He
sir,
is.
are you interested in having your name known throughout the ages?
My name is already known throughout the ages. How about yours?
Well, that's what we're going for, isn't it?
I assumed that's why you were working with the Emerald Wyverns. Are they not your patron?
Well, they are, but you know, if I could get somebody that is more of an astounding history, such as yourself, then that would work better in my favor, and I believe I could help that work better in yours. Because, sir, you have already seen that I am a man of my word. I do what I am, what quests I am given, and I come back, uh, full-handed. Um,
With the head of my son.
Yes, sir. But as you said, you and your son were at odds. And maybe you don't feel quite as deeply about him. But, sir, you know, I myself, just like you, I look to up myself in any given task. And with your support, I feel like I could do that for myself and I could bring you along. Even though, sir, you are way more astounding, impressive, and knowledgeable than myself, I would like to help you, and I hope you would find it in your heart to help me in as well.
How do you stand the smell of kissing so much ass? I've often wondered that of people like you.
Really? People like me? Well, you don't know people like me. You don't know avians. You sat here for an hour or so
Oh, no.
telling me that you don't know anything
No,
about
no,
us.
no, no. No. I don't know avians, but I do know people.
And I stand
Hmm.
up. Well, sir, if you don't want my help, then I don't need yours. Kissing ass isn't part of my nature, and I wasn't kissing your ass. I was simply giving you a compliment. But if you don't care for that, then the Emerald Wyverns, myself included, will be out of your hair.
Excellent, because I have a body to bury.
Good. I will be to my room.
Okay. He turns around and moves to his desk. He assumes that you're. Are you going to pick up the purse?
Yeah, I pick up the purse and I leave.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Unless I'm still invited to
Um,
his ball, I would like to go to that.
we'll see. Oh, that's awesome. Unless I'm still invited to his ball, because fuck that guy. But I like to dance.
But
Um,
you know, maybe I can find some more patrons there. Fuck him. But I'll play along. You know.
okay. Um, all of you are kind of ushered into the same room. Um, and you have a moment of privacy to yourselves.
Well, before that, I'm still with Mary for a bit.
Oh, yes, you are. I'm sorry. What would you like to do?
I tell her that I will talk tomorrow. So just try to get some sleep. And I get up and I leave.
Okay. Okay. You run into Ronnie right outside, and you both of you run into Butler, who says that rooms have been arranged for the three of you, and he proceeds to take you to one of the. It's not the best room. It's not even like the middle best room. It's okay.
I'll take
That
it.
son of a bitch.
So the three of you are now in your own room. Um, there's a small sitting area where I assume you guys would all be sitting and discussing things as they progress.
So are we in one room or did we all get separate rooms?
You all have separate rooms, but there is a small sitting room outside of them. There are actually 4 rooms on this particular wing, and there's a small
Hi,
sitting room.
Maddie. Hi.
Is there anybody else in that sitting room?
No, there is not.
I'm
you
sorry,
have
guys,
been
for the
given a
stream
bell if
quality right
there's
now.
anything
My
you
upload
need.
just went to shit
Um,
randomly, and I'm
just
so
let us
sorry.
know.
Is the 4th room empty?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, Derek could have had his own room.
Oh, don't remind me, Weth. Listen,
You can shut your mouth for the rest of the night.
I spoke to Reginald, and I'm just gonna tell you that guy is a piece of shit. He's full of himself. He believes nobody is above him, and while I tried to divulge as much information from him as I could, he was not having it. He was very well informed, and my sense of persuasion. So it doesn't look like we have too much going on with us from him. But let me tell you guys that I was invited to a ball of his. I'm not sure if that invitation is still on the table, but if it is, I'm hoping that I can find us maybe a Patreon that would provide us a little bit more our expeditions.
Well, didn't have to tell me he was an asshole, but as far as I'm concerned, we're done here. And we can leave soon. We already have the Wyverns anyways.
That doesn't bother me any. With these types of people, I'm not very fond of it. I grew up in a place where people cared about each other, where we helped each other, where we didn't shit on those below us, where we brought each other up. And for somebody like that, well, I would like him for his money. There's a sense of respect and dignity that I want to continue having, and I agree with you. I believe we are done here.
I agree, and I'm eager to see the clowns.
Oh yeah, about us leaving. I have something to bring up.
Yes.
So when do we plan on leaving? Tomorrow maybe? You were already paid, right?
I pull out the bag of silver. Which, how much is that? How much silver is that?
There is 50 silver in it.
So I'm gonna split this up. 50 times 3. Help me out here, math.
150.
Wait, you said there was only 50 in there, right?
Wait, so
Oh,
you
said 50
divide it.
times.
Yeah, I'm
three.
sorry. 50 divided by 3.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You're gonna get about 16 or 17 each, 18 maybe.